Hi, I'm Angela. I am personally a fan and supporter of the Monowalker, and I thought that it would be helpful if I just shared experiences walking with a cart. I know it's a little bit of a new concept, and I think it's a brilliant concept. So I am currently walking around the world. I'm about halfway through, and it will cover 4 continents. And so I have walked with a 3-wheeled cart and a 2-wheeled cart so far, across Australia, part of Vietnam, Mongolia, Georgia, and Turkey. When I've researched carts, which really was produced from researching other people who had walked long distances, who needed to carry more gear, more water, things that would be more weighty and allow more freedom of their body and their movements, as well as freedom to go to places that a backpack just couldn't carry all of the essentials. I knew that I didn't want to carry a backpack on this trip. So I was investing in a cart before I began. I went with a very cheaply made $60 bike trailer that could be converted into a pram. So I thought, I've got this 3-wheeled system, I could push the cart if needed, and I had someone who attached aluminum poles from the front, where the front wheel was, hooked by carabiners to my waist, and I could pull it that way as well. That system lasted just through Australia. About halfway through, I was having a problem with the stiffness of the carabiner and the poles to my waist. The natural gait of how we walk, there's a certain gap, and so I had it constantly tugging on me. And so I eventually just got rid of the waistband, and I was just pulling the bars behind me. What I loved about the cart, no matter what, and that I think is great about the Monowalker, is I didn't have any weight on my body. At some points, I was able to dance, I could jog, it was just a certain freedom, but I was also pulling, my arms were far behind me, so I'm pulling up to 100 pounds behind me, now going uphill and downhill, and I had no brake system. And just eventually it was not workable. That 3-wheeled system, the front wheel, eventually, because of all the rocks and the places that I were going off-road, eventually leaned to the side, and it broke. The steel itself actually broke, and I had to get rid of the 3rd wheel. So now it's down to a 2-wheeled system. In Turkey, the aluminum bars just completely popped and broke. So the entire cart, with the weight here and the bars here, just collapsed. And I managed to tie the bars on so that I could keep walking. But what I was left with was realizing I had an incredibly cheap cart, really bad design, and I have so much further to go. So I researched into carts. There are a handful of companies that are creating hiking carts, which I think is a brilliant idea. It does allow movement of the shoulders. It doesn't pull on the spine the way that backpacks do over a certain period of time. And with the design that Kai's come up with the one large tire on the bottom, allows you to go anywhere you could with a backpack. And that's really what stands out from other companies. So Kai's come up with an idea that feels very rough and rugged, with a fat tire, a really solid aluminum system. I feel incredibly confident in what he's creating. It's ideal even for weekend hiking. I don't honestly think I could ever go back to a backpack. If you'd like, you can see on my website the different generations of my cart that I've named Athena. I still am a little heartbroken to have to part from her, but it's for a good reason, not only did she break, but also because Kai's design for a walking trailer is by far the best thing that is out there, and I highly recommend it. So I hope that you can support him so that he can make this vision a reality. Thank you.